The worst plot armor moments of all time. I have to say this, I love plot armor moments, so let's go.
Plot armor is defined as the phenomenon in fiction whereby the main character is allowed to survive dangerous situations because they are needed for the plot to continue. It's common to hear people referring
yes,
to
I have plot armor
when they are able to succeed in certain scenarios that should almost guarantee a failure. So in today's video, I want to talk about some of the more infamous cases of plot armor I can find in fiction, with each case ranging from minor offense to completely asinine. But first, I think we need to understand what can actually be considered plot armor. After all, a singular definition can only do so much. Plot armor can extend to a lot of different situations.
Every shonen protagonist, let's say this, I've never seen an anime without plot armor. They always have it.
Winning a fight they should have lost or escaping certain death.
You don't have shonen without a plot armor.
But something that gets misconstrued is the fact that characters will need at least a little bit of plot armor to keep the story going. We are all aware that at least half of these series goals is to stop a villain by the end of the run, so it's only natural to have characters push past improbable circumstances or just not take as much damage as they should. It not only creates tension, but also keeps characters available for more plot lines later on. And besides, I think we can all imagine how a series without plot armor would look like. Yes, I'm looking at you. And in my opinion,
this is it's like no armor. Akame Q has no armor whatsoever, no armor.
Possible fights or getting power-ups. The problem lies more so in the reasoning behind said conveniences. You can easily justify power-ups if it makes sense and is consistent with the story. Naruto has been seen losing control over the Nine Tails when emotions are
I have to say this. I know everybody loves Gohan versus Cell. Everybody loves it. I love it. This is the best Dragon Ball fight. But let's face it. It's plot armor. Gohan shouldn't be this powerful. He's stronger than Vegeta.
He should not be shocked when he gets stronger when those conditions are satisfied. The problem with plot armor arises when
he's 11 years old.
Character has
he shouldn't be stronger than Vegeta and Cell.
No explanation. We just have to take what we're seeing for face value. And what we're seeing is straight BS. This is when people gotta craft some random theories to try to make sense of why their favorite characters survive certain doom. But you know what's even worse than no explanation? A bad explanation. People love using the reasoning that a series gives and treat it as irrefutable logic. They'll be like, bro, they explained why Batman survived that fall. It's because of his suit. Which, okay, that makes sense if the fall was from a window or something. However, how strong can this suit be to allow him to survive a fall from space, hitting the ground at terminal velocity and standing up like he only stubbed a toe? This is
like a Ben 10 episode when he falls from space and he holds his grandma and his cousin inside the cannonball.
Armor. Another example of a BS explanation is when Tanjiro just pulled thunder breathing out of his butt. We're running at full sprint for who knows how long, and then all of a sudden your leg gives out. Once I seen this, I was already looking at this scene kind of funny. Then he remembers a random conversation with Zenitsu about thunder breathing and can just do it like that? Terrible plot armor. Okay, you caught me. I just wanted to hate on Demon Slayer, but I won't lie.
He can control his muscles. I didn't watch this.
Because all other breathings are derived from sun breathing. So naturally, someone who has sun breathing can also do the other breathing techniques fairly easily. The explanation checks out, but this is one of those cases where I just have to accept that a lot of the theatrics were done for entertainment. And plus, I don't even need to bring up a moment like this if I wanted to talk about plot armor and Tanjiro. This demon should have murked Tanjiro multiple times during this battle. Better breathing shouldn't be helping injuries from attacks like this. But that's neither here nor there.
Oh my god, this is terrifying.
These moments because they are ultimately a net positive for the series and aren't really plot bending. It's a bit harder to ignore the plot armor of someone like Reiner from Attack on Titan. I feel like it was established fairly early on that he wasn't like that when it comes to the Titan shifters. Eren was beating him in their first fight and was going to actually win if not for Burrito's interference. Seeing him get dog walked by Eren, who wasn't even that experienced at that point, was enough for me to realize that Reiner was not built for any of these battles for real. And it turned out that those thoughts were not even headcanon. He was dead, not even meant to be on this mission. So anytime I see him have a near-death experience, I just kind of roll my eyes. His existence after the second season is kind of mind-boggling. I know he's a Titan shifter, but seriously, some of these things he's surviving surely bring up at least some questions. Realistically, when Levi caught Reiner and slapped him twice.
If we think about that, some like Usopp, he has a great he can shoot things and he understands about I don't know plants, but that guy in real life he would be fucking dead so fast. No way. I understand Zoro is overpowered, but Usopp, he wouldn't survive. No way.
Twice, but not slice off his head for some reason. We'll ignore that. Not like it would have mattered anyways. One of the places Levi hit was the neck, and Reiner didn't even struggle to transform. This is when
it's like Leorio surviving the Hunter exam. Okay, he had Kurapika and Killua and Gon
that he transferred his brain's
consciousness to the rest of his
body to transform. Okay, and he does it again when he's able to regenerate after his head gets blown off. I mean, like, sure, it's explained, and it's not really a bad explanation either, and Loki just feels like we really need Reiner to survive. So let's let him have this one thing so he doesn't get absolutely cooked in these battles.
Yes,
fine,
that's
whatever.
true.
I can get over myself. But this type of stuff happens so often throughout the series for him. People even meme him by calling him the plot armor titan. It feels like Reiner's whole existence has been
Man, the guy uses a suit inside the
him
giant.
being unable to die.
Man, I have to watch this. Okay, I'm gonna confess this. I didn't watch Attack on Titan. I watched 300 fucking anime, but never watched this one.
Yeah.
Because I have to say this. The only reason why I haven't watched this is because I'm waiting to watch this on live.
That's right. Jaden, that's kind of like one of the main points of his character. Still plot armor though. Another wild case of plot armor was Luffy
Yeah,
versus
this is the
Crocodile.
worst.
I feel like this is one of the more blatant examples of a character having plot armor. Luffy was no match for Crocodile. Crocodile was untouchable in this fight. Literally.
Yeah, that's
this
true.
Fight was honestly just a showcase for all.
But I have to say this. I'm gonna say one when we see this.
Luffy straight up lost.
I'm gonna wait.
In the torso because of it. And
This is a fucking great image. I have to say this.
did we even expect?
This is a fucking incredible image.
Desert. This man Luffy was battered, bloodied, and abandoned in a ditch. There was no debating it. Luffy was dead to rights here. But then at Death's doorstep, Robin comes to save him because of plot. Okay, what do you want me to say? We can say that Robin was curious because of his initial D, but at this point in the story, Robin was not a straw
Yeah,
hat.
she knows about the letters. She understands
no
the
reason
alphabet.
to help Luffy for real. So this just happened to make sure Luffy stayed alive for the rest of the story. But I'm fair. I'll let that one slide because it's the
But
main
man,
character.
everybody can put a D in a name. I don't know why is this so important, because they say it's fate. Everybody with the D in the name it has the destiny of doing something great. But I don't know. It's you can name your if this is a legend. If everybody in the world know that if you have D in your name, you are a legend. So I would put my children's name all D. I don't care. Then the kid would be named, I don't know, D.
The worst piece of plot armor in Alabasta, and I think we all know who I'm referring to. It's our
1,000
alien
Ds.
friend Pell. During the final battle of the arc, there was a bomb that was threatening to destroy a large chunk of Alabarna, the capital of Alabasta.
Okay,
Pell
this is
grabbed
plot armor.
Bomb, carried it into the sky, and sacrificed himself to get the bomb away from everyone. It's very noble to use your own life to save thousands of others.
Man, this fucking bird.
Is
No,
this a flashback
it's
or something? Why is he
this
still
one
alive?
is
Pell should have been in someone's
fucking
air fryer at this
bizarre.
point. The only way the bomb could have had a cleaner hit on him is if he ate the dang thing. Mind
Man,
you, this
he took a Hiroshima and he's not hurt. This is a real plot armor here.
And Pell just comes out of it unscathed, no explanation. I dare one of you guys to give me a good explanation.
Man, this is a fucking atomic bomb. I don't know if it's atomic bomb, but I think I'm overreacting to this. But this fucking bird, it's a bird. Why is a bird tanking a fucking bomb? He's resisting a bomb.
About him being a peregrine falcon. And before I get into one of the main perpetrators of having plot armor, if you're enjoying this video so far and you're new, you might as well subscribe.
If he was an armadillo, I don't know, but he's a
let's talk
bird.
about our favorite hero, Batman. And I've already touched upon him in this video, because let's keep it a buck. This whole video could be about Batman and his plot armor. He's the main one guilty of it. First, let's get this out the way. Almost every single fight between him and Superman is already riddled with plot armor for Batman. It makes sense why
it's
it
impossible.
Happens, but it's still BS.
Superman would kill Batman so fucking fast. He can hold an asteroid. He can hold a... Come on, he goes to space. He can hold an asteroid. How the fuck Batman can fight against him? No, he has a great armor and he has kryptonite. Fuck that. Superman is a god.
Superman is just dog walking him at all points. Nothing Batman has works on him, and any attack he throws at him gets shrugged off.
Look at this, no way.
In this universe, so Batman doesn't have the dreaded two-word phrase we don't speak of. Nevertheless, any fight between Batman and Superman should go something like this: Batman cannot keep up with super speed as a human. You can't even use the argument of Superman not wanting to hurt Batman because he wasn't even trying to murk him in this fight. He was trying to get info out of him the entire time. I guess we just forget Superman has super speed or something. He doesn't even need to knock out Batman. He can just incapacitate him in the blink of an eye.
Man, he can like travel the whole world in 5 seconds. I don't know, minutes.
Gets snuck with it. There's no way a simple rocket power punch is knocking down Superman like this.
He's faster than a fucking rocket.
Batman's.
If you put a rocket to the atmosphere and you put Superman comes there faster.
Plot armor also
so fuck Batman. Fuck Batman. I'm on Superman's side. I don't care.
Sinestro with the Batarang. Don't rewind. You heard what I said. Remember that one time Sinestro, one of the strongest members of the Lantern Corps, got knocked out in one hit by a Batarang. What the heck is this thing made The
Yeah.
most powerful weapon in the universe can be countered by a freaking boomerang shaped as a bat. I'd argue that superhero media like Marvel and DC are even more guilty of plot armor than anime. Like, you'll see a regular person like the Punisher who bleeds the same way as you and me, beating up people like Doctor Doom and Wolverine. Cause that makes sense. With that type
an
of
immortal,
give me 5 months and
an
a bunch of
immortal
weapons,
creature like
I'll beat the
Wolverine.
Fantastic Four by myself. Moving back to anime, we have one of the more infamous examples of plot armor: Killer Bee versus Sasuke. Let's get this out the way. Sasuke probably should have lost this fight. This fight was one of the most disrespectful and embarrassing.
Man, I have to say this. Sasuke, he won against 5 Kages at the same time. He fought 5 fucking Kages at the same fucking time, and then he fought Naruto, I think, and Kakashi. No. This is bizarre. He killed Denzel.
Sasuke, writing rhymes and clowning his entire crew. If Karin weren't there to heal him, Sasuke obviously would have been packed up way earlier. Even when Sasuke caught Bee in a genjutsu, Bee just got up and hit Sasuke with a lightning lariat. And saying this attack did major damage is an understatement. Sasuke's neck, organs, and chest were all severely injured. But after getting healed yet again, Sasuke gets up and uses Amaterasu to win the fight. Just like that. Sasuke was dead to rights like 3 times in this fight, but he
could have done this like in the beginning.
Wins? Nope. Nothing suspicious going on over here. Like, this isn't even me trying to call Sasuke weak. There just should have been another way to showcase Killer Bee's strength without Sasuke dapping up the Grim Reaper every 5 minutes. The way it was done originally makes it look like Sasuke has crazy plot armor. Switching up the media again, I want to look at a popular movie.
But Sasuke also, I think he is like a reincarnation of Madara, something like that.
With plot armor. It's the Karate Kid series. The Mr.
I didn't watch
Miyagi writer
this.
himself, Daniel LaRusso, should have lost like 2 of these finals in these movies. For context, Johnny was the champion for the past 2 years. Then Daniel comes in with a couple weeks of karate experience and wins with the injured leg. Fine, whatever, who cares? It's plot armor for a happy ending. It's something we can all expect.
Okay, but
However,
like
that's not the
everything. We don't care about Karate Kid.
In
Like
the final movie of the trilogy, Daniel was flat out losing the entire time in the finals, and this was the plan, to make sure Daniel knows pain. However, it only took 1 moment for Daniel to focus, and he scores a point on the guy who was thrashing him the entire fight. I know he was scared before, so it was affecting him in the fight, but I refuse to accept that being the only thing that changed. Matt was beating him consistently throughout the movie, and it wasn't really close either. But 10 seconds of kata and the speech from Mr. Miyagi changed that? Either Matt Barnes is dumb as bricks, or Daniel LaRusso was just that much better at karate than him. So yeah, Matt Barnes is just dumb as bricks. And contrary to popular belief, plot armor also exists in real life. Let me paint the scenario for you. Imagine in the One Piece universe, pirate crews were able to trade crew members between each other. Imagine after Wano, after Luffy just beat
now we're talking about the real pirates.
Zoro looks at him and says to himself, yeah, I don't think this guy can lead us anymore, so I'm gonna send him somewhere else. And then in the middle of the night, Zoro talks to Shanks of all people and trades Luffy for Ben Beckman without telling any of the other Straw Hats. He also just throws Usopp in the trade because why not?
What's
I've
happening here?
To you is the best analogy I can think of when explaining the Luka Doncic trade in anime terms. The trade makes no sense and there's no justification for it besides plot armor. It's the only thing that can make sense. I'd also say that character revivals can be considered plot armor depending on the circumstance.
Okay, Kakashi revival when the Pain arc.
This rings true even more when there's no good explanation as to why
like
it
Pain
happened.
destroys the whole village and then he decides I'm gonna revive everybody and everybody's revived.
Guess which series I'm gonna
I don't
do?
like this. I don't like this.
Just guess. Ding, 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 ding. It's the Flash. For context, Iris West just dies because Barry hits her with Speed Force Lightning. I would say it's a long story, but that's just what happens. So she should be out of the story at this point, right? Apparently, she's one of the ones who can just choose not to be dead anymore. That's the only explanation to give you. That's it. Since she's not supposed to be dead, she can just be like, no, and come back to life. Okay, this last portion of the video is a bit personal to me, and I'm honestly wondering if this even counts as plot armor. I'm not gonna directly spoil the series I'm talking about, but if you find yourself reading into clues too often, skip to this time of the video.
It's reading. I don't read. It's no.
That is done well, finishing blow. The reason to 1 chapters.
I'm gonna skip this because I don't read. I don't know what it's a book. I'm allergic to books. I can't read.
When we got confirmation the manga was ending in 5 chapters, I said that it's probably gonna get
okay,
rushed.
Jujutsu, no, I don't want to have spoilers about
Turn around and
Jujutsu.
shrugging his shoulders if they try.
Okay, Dragon Ball is like plot armor every time.
Saga, and things happen as close as they possibly can get to the original series without Vegeta being there. That means Cell gets his perfect form. The Cell games still happen. Go on, transform. Goku.
Cell is such a Chad.
dash, etc, etc. Then during the final beam clash, when Cell looks like he's about to win, boom, Vegeta shows up and sneak attacks Cell, allowing Gohan to win. And the so-called foreshadowing is characters being super cryptic about his whereabouts. Would it technically
Vegeta
make sense?
naked.
Yeah. Would it be done well? No.
How many times have we seen Vegeta naked?
Not at all. You would say that Gohan has plot armor if something like that happened. That's somewhat similar
I
to
said that.
happened in JJK. Like, yes, I was happy to see Nobara return, but we gotta be real with ourselves sometimes. It being done like this makes
wait,
it seem
this
like
is the
plot
spoiler
armor.
part?
I'm realizing I just took this opportunity
No,
to rant about
it's
the JJK
not the
manga,
spoiler
but
part,
I
I
think
think.
it's well warranted. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and
Okay, yes, this is a very high. As I said, I don't know any shonen anime without plot armor ever. Everyone, you can like Ichigo, plot armor a lot of times, and you think like Natsu from Fairy Tail, plot armor a lot of times, and Naruto. Come on, how Ichigo was able to fight Kenpachi? How? Plot armor. He beat Kenpachi and Byakuya, two of the strongest fucking captains like ever. And how long? Ichigo was 15. He had powers for like 2 months, or I don't know, 1 month, I don't know. And he could beat. You say to me like Ichigo is strong enough to beat Kenpachi and fucking Byakuya, having no experience. And those guys like they have I don't know, they're 1,000 years old. I don't know, maybe hundreds years old. That's bizarre to me. So but I like it. I like plot armor. We like it. It's a fantasy. The guy has powers. Fuck that. But sometimes it's really bizarre. Sometimes like I to me the Kakashi coming back after pain is weird.